Hey everyone, this is Larry. Welcome back to Today I Feel Like. Today we are going to take a look at the Weeylite RB9. This is a RGB LED light. We're going to unbox it, test it out, and see how it performs. So let's jump into it, and here we go. All right, let's go ahead and take a look around this box, and then let's go ahead and get the light out and try it. And we can see right here it says Weeylite, and it says this is the RB9 RGB light, and it gives us some icons here, and I can't read those because it's all in a different language. We can see here where it says RGBW, which means it's going to be RGB, and it's going to have a white light on there as well. On here it's going to say Weeylite. Again, a little bit of information about the light, a little branding, same thing again. On the back here, it's just going to have a barcode for Amazon, I believe it is. So, all right, let's go ahead and cut through this plastic here so that we can get through this and open up this package. So let's get this plastic off of the box. All right, get that off there. And now let's see if we can get this light out of here. This box is a little bit heavy, so there's some weight in here. So I'm assuming the battery in this light is pretty bright there. So looks like we're going to get a user manual and a warranty card in there. So tuck all that off to the side. And here is the light here. Let's get this out. And yeah, this light has a little bit of weight to it. So I'm assuming it's going to be all metal construction. And yeah, this thing feels solid. That definitely feels metal right there. We can see here that there's going to be an on-off switch at the top, which I absolutely love. I do not like when some of these lights have like a multi-function button that turns it on and off and switches modes and all that stuff with one button. I like having individual buttons for everything. So, all right. On this side, we have a mode button right here. Then we have the set button. We have a plus and minus button right there. On the bottom here, we have a Type-C port where we can plug in to charge. And then right here we have a 1/4 thread so that we can mount it to a tripod or a light stand. We also have that here, so if we want to mount it in the vertical position instead of horizontal, we can do that as well. So yeah, all right. Looks pretty good so far. Here are the here's the LED panels right there, and yeah, this looks pretty good. Okay, let's see what else we have in the box before we test this out. And let's see. It looks like we're gonna get our infamous silica gel. We always have the silica gel. All right, let's see here. It looks like we are going to get a few things in here, and I'm not sure what they are. Oh, look at that. All right. It looks like we're going to get a little mini tripod there that we can use. That's kind of cool. So we can mount this on there and set that up somewhere. So let's say we want to go ahead and screw that on. We can do that, and then we can have this thing just standing upright like that. So kind of cool. All right, we have that. We are also going to get, I don't know what this is. I think it might be a phone mount. And it is a phone mount. Look at that. So it looks like we're going to be able to mount the mini tripod on here. Wait, is that going to work? No. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure this one out. I'm not exactly sure how this works out, but this is definitely a phone clip. And this is going to, maybe this is going to mount on here somehow. Yeah, I'll have to check this out and figure out exactly how this is going to work so that we can get everything mounted up. But nice phone clip though. It has, it has a 1/4 thread in the bottom, has a cold shoe on the top there. Yeah, I'll just have to figure out how that works. And then we also have a cold shoe adapter here, so we can mount this on top of a camera if we wanted to. We can go ahead and screw this in like this on the bottom, and then this will go onto your hot shoe of your camera there. So next we also have a USB-C cable in here so that we can charge up the device if we need to charge it up, which at some point you will, because well, it's going to need power. So all right, and last but not least, we also have a diffuser here so that you can actually diffuse the light. This is particularly useful if you are using the white light part of it. So you can just go ahead and pop that right in there, and this should just fit in there, and that's it. You can see there's cutouts for the USB-C port and for the 1/4 thread. You need to get this lined up right so that it fits in there. And then you have cutouts for the other parts here, like the power button and up top, the mode button, set button, and the plus and minus button. So there you go. And then let's see, I don't even know if there's any juice in here, but let's see if it is. And it does not look like there's any juice in there at all. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and charge this thing up so that we can test it out. But I was gonna see if it turned on to show you what this looks like with the diffuser. So, all right, well, that is the light, and I will say I like the size of this light. It is big enough to have it should give us a plenty of illumination, but small enough that we can pretty much take it wherever we want. So now I will say that I usually use lights like this in one of two ways. One of them is I usually have them right here on my desk, and I use them to light up, you know, either me just to give me a little extra pop when I feel like that, or if I'm doing a product unboxing, I will use it to light up the product right here. Now, the other thing I will do is if this is an RGB light, which it is, sometimes I will put this right behind me and use that to light up the wall or whatever is behind me instead of using the two RGB lights that I normally have set up. So sometimes I'm in the other room, I do want to add some light in there, or I'm just in here and I want to add a small light in there. So something like this will work nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and just turn off these two lights over here, and I'm just going to add this one light once I get it charged up and see if it's enough, if it's bright enough to actually add some color onto my background and work that out. So yeah. And then we'll go ahead and I guess I'll turn the lights off up front here. And let me just go ahead and turn these off right quick, and you can get an idea. I actually have two of them on there, but you can see how much of a little extra pop that gives me by just having those lights on coming towards me. So yeah, all right, well, let me go ahead and charge this up a bit, and then we will see if it's gonna give me enough juice, if it's gonna give me enough brightness to give me a nice little pop from the front, and if it's going to have enough power to light up my background. I won't get the two colors because I only have one light, but we'll see if I can get at least one color on the background. All right, so I went ahead and charged up the light here, and before I show you what I mean by giving me a little bit of a pop here, one of the things I realized about this light that's very, very annoying is that every time you turn the light off, it actually resets right back to zero. So it goes and defaults back to 0% brightness, and it defaults to 5500 Kelvin. So if you set it to where you like it, for instance, in my studio here, I have everything set to 5600 Kelvin, and I like these little lights set to 25%. It never stays that way. So every time I turn it on, I have to go back and reset it. So let me turn the light on, and let me go ahead and just make that adjustment right quick. So let me get this going, and let me turn this up, and we'll get this up to 25%. And here we are. And let me just go ahead and turn this around. And there we go. We can now see how this gives me a little bit of a pop here. And let me just go ahead. I'm just going to block this off. I'm just going to use the box here. And there we go. We can see there now that it's just, this is just how it is with the regular lights in here. And then when you add that light, you get that little bit of a pop there that just sort of adds some extra illumination on me. So yeah. All right. Well, let me do this. Let me go ahead and turn these two lights off back here. My two lights that are that give me the RGB lights, and let me go ahead and put some color in on this and see how it lights up the background. Okay, so I went ahead and turned off those lights, and as you can see, my background is looking pretty blah, just unattractive. It's just sort of like puke colored, and so yeah, not the nicest thing in the world. So let me go ahead. I have the light set to blue. I'm gonna actually turn this up. I'm gonna go ahead and push this all the way up to, let's just go 100% and see what this is gonna look like. And then let's set this on the ground right behind me there. And just like that, boom, I have some color. Looking pretty good. It's a little dark over here, but we can grab that. And let's see, move that to the side a little bit. And we just have to tweak this a little bit. Now this is a small light, so it's not gonna have the same sort of coverage that a larger light would. But as you can see, it's still adding some nice color on the background. So yeah, I can go ahead and if I lift this up there, if I want to put this on a stand, I can lift this up and tilt it up and we can see now how this is really lighting up the background really, really nicely. And I can very easily change the color on here. So if I want to go into the settings here, I can go in here and change the settings. And I'll just change this. Let me go ahead and move this all the way up and we'll get to, we'll move it to red. So we'll get up here to the red color temperature on the light. And that looks pretty good. And there we go. Let me put this back there now. And yeah, just like that, we can see how it's red. It looks a little bit orange, but it's yeah. I mean, it's a reddish color. You can change the hue however you like it, but there we have it. That is what you can do and what it's going to look like. So this light is enough to actually give you some nice color on your background. Okay, so that's it. That is a look at the Weeylite RB9 RGB LED light, and yeah, it's a pretty good light. There's some little quirks with it that I'm gonna have to figure out. Maybe I'll have to just go through the instructions or read it a little bit because it seems like the settings when you turn the light off and turn it back on are sort of weird. Before it was defaulting back to everything sort of like 0 to 1 and then like 5500 Kelvin. And now it's sort of defaulting to 100% brightness and red. And it's just, yeah, it's doing some weird stuff. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and read up on it a little bit and see how you actually operate this light to get it to work the way I want. But as we can see, it does add a nice amount of brightness and it also adds a nice amount of color on the background. So if you want to turn this thing on again, you can turn it on and you can get that nice background color. So yeah, anyways, that's it. I'm gonna leave a link to this product down below in the video description so that you can check it out. I'm also gonna leave links to my Amazon page and my social media contacts so you can reach me elsewhere. And I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram. And I am Larry with Today I Feel Like. Thanks for coming back to see me. Come back and see me soon. And until next time, love, peace, and hair grease. Peace.